Hello, welcome to another class in verbling. This is part 3 with advanced reading, where we're working on presentation skills. That's what we're focused on. So this one we're going to be focused on the content, how to give the presentation, practicing for the presentation, and things like that as well. Okay, let me go ahead and bring up what we're going to be looking at. Okay, so we can get an idea here. Okay. So yeah, this is what we're going to be focused on here. Okay. And those of you that want to, feel free to join in the class and interact with this. Hello, Mentor. Hey, Mentor.
Oh, hi. Do you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you very well.
Okay, good. So, so how you been?
I'm doing fine, thank you. And you?
Good. Doing well. Doing well.
Yeah.
So, maybe
I saw your previous class, and I liked really. You know, China. Have you been in China?
Yeah. No, I lived there for 4 years. But what's funny is, I was at this Harbin Ice Festival, and these people came up to me and they're like, "Where are you from?" I said, "I'm from the United States." He said, "Oh, can we interview you?" I said, "Yeah, no problem." So they interviewed me, and they said, "Okay, well, we're with ABC Nightly News, which is the big news channel in the United States."
Yeah.
I said, "Okay," and they said, "Well, this will probably just show up on the internet or something like that. Probably won't make the major news." Well, one day I was sitting there and I was still in China, and all of a sudden everybody just started contacting me, and I was on the nightly news there, and that was the clip there.
For first time when I saw you, I recognized your voice, and you know, yes.
Yeah. Plus, I have that unmistakable floppy chin. I could never been able to get rid of that. So anyway, so good. So do you here? Pardon me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a little bit of heat coming from there. Do you happen to do you give any presentations in what you do for work? Do you give any presentations?
Yes, I do.
Okay, good.
I'm lecturer at the university.
You what?
I'm a lecturer at the university.
Ah, okay. So you give plenty of presentations.
I'm giving every day, no, twice or three times a week.
2 or 3 times a week. Okay, good. Hey, Marina, just go ahead. You have 2 windows open. Okay, no problem. But you have a second verbling window open. Okay, it's all right. Yeah, just close that and then click the mute. And there goes your cat. Your cat just took off as well too. Oh, now your cat's back. Be careful. I think your cat is planning a plot against you. But yeah, Marina. What's that, Mentor?
Hello.
Hello. Okay, good. Yeah, no problem. A lot of people they do the dual window thing, so no problem. So good, Marina. Welcome back. Thank
you. How are you?
I'm doing well. Just another great day, So yeah, so Paco, I see Paco's in a verbling marathon, so that's good. Yeah. I was asking one of the students in the other class, are you in a verbling marathon? I guess maybe that'll be the new catchphrase. So let's see. So welcome back, Albus. Hello, Albus.
Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. Let's see. Hello, Diego. Yeah, Diego, you might have the red mute. There's a red microphone, okay, up on the top right. Click on that red microphone. It's on the top of the Hangout. It's right above the Verbling logo, right above the Verbling chat. Okay, Diego? That's all right.
Oh,
You'll get. Yep, no problem. Hi, Diego.
okay.
Hi.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Where are you from, Diego? I can hear you. Diego, where are you from?
I'm from Madrid in Spain.
Good. Well,
but
welcome to class.
There's some problem around here because I can hear you like twice. I don't know what is happening.
Yeah, so maybe what's happening is check in your monitor, check in your computer, and see if you have a second Verbling window open. Sometimes people accidentally leave the other Verbling window open. So when you join the class, sometimes you leave a second one open.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
good.
Now I think it's perfect.
Oh, good. So welcome. Have you taken other Verbling classes before? Is this your first one?
No, this is my first class.
Well, good. Well, welcome. Yeah, you'll really like Verbling. It's a great place to practice your English as far as your pronunciation and so forth. And then also, too, you'll find that some of us teachers, we have structured classes that we have every week. So the one that you're joining in right now is an advanced class, and it has to do with presentations and giving presentations. So there were two other classes that were before this. Don't worry though, you'll be able to pick up here where we're at. But again, sometimes we have these different series. Other times you just have classes that is a one-time class and maybe a particular grammar topic or a discussion on idioms or whatever. So good. Good. Well, welcome.
I'm not sure if I have enough. My level is enough to be at this class, but I'll try to follow it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we'll figure that out as we go along. Okay. And don't worry, it's your first time. Okay. No worries. We won't kick you out. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not into that. If we didn't kick, Mentor's buddy was in the other day, and we didn't kick him out. But I like that guy. Oh no, I know. Okay, tough guy. The guy still couldn't figure it out. I'm just trying to help him too. I don't know what his deal was. So let's see. So hello, Mahmoud. Hello. Okay, maybe it's just grabbing. Yeah, Mahmoud, you might be muted. Okay. Yeah, it's okay. So Mahmoud, it's hard to hear you. Yeah, you know what? I think your connection's bad. I think that's the problem. You just have a bad connection. It's okay. No problem. It's okay. So we'll wait just for a few more people to show up, and then we'll continue on. Okay. All right. So by the way, Albus, we didn't have much time to speak to each other in the last class. Albus, are you currently a student? Are you studying English at school? What's your interest in learning English?
I started learning English at high school. I want to learn English because the first reason is because I like it, but also because it's one of the most important language, and also for my career.
Okay, good. Good. Very good. So yeah, the top 3 languages in the world right now are English, Spanish, and also Chinese or Mandarin. And then one of the languages that's catching up too is Arabic. Arabic's becoming more and more popular.
And French also it is popular, not?
Yeah, but you know what? French is kind of dissipating. In places like Africa and things like that, it's just being replaced by English. And also too, Arabic is just it's the fastest growing out of all of them, out of all the languages. When you look at it as a percentage. So let's see, Mahmoud. And yes, Russian's important to know too.
Russia had been important, not anymore.
Oh, come on, let's not get in discussions like that. Wait one moment, I'll be right back.
Marina, are you hearing me?
Yeah, but
I don't hear you.
You might be muted.
Marina, are you muted?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I agree with you entirely.
Russia isn't anymore. It was before, not now.
But I mean, Russian language is still important to know.
It is important for you, not for me.
Yeah, but she is right. Okay, you know, Russia's still a major power in the world. You know, especially with the supply of oil and gas and everything else. Good. So okay, so let's get class started. I'm going to say hi to a few of these other students. Hello, Ahla. Long time no see.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
Yes. Hi, Bret. How are you?
I'm doing very well.
Hi.
Doing very well.
Yeah, it's really long time no see. I don't know why, but I'm really glad to be here.
Yeah, well, good. Well, welcome. Good to have you here as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hello, Ira. Ira Golub. Is that right?
Ira.
Ira?
Yes, it's Russian name, Ira.
Ira. Hello, Ira. Ira. With all the flowers. Hello? And Ira. You might have your microphone muted, okay? Up on the top right. Okay, there you are. Good. So, hi, how are you? Hello? Hi, Ira? Hello? Hi, your microphone's working. It's okay. We can hear you. Just speak. Okay.
Can you hear me? Hi.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, great.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. Is this your first time in Verbling?
Actually, in live classes, yes.
Okay, well, good. It's also the first time here for Diego, so good. Very nice. And are you from Russia?
No, I'm from Ukraine.
Ukraine. Oh, okay. All right. One of your Russian counterparts had told me how to properly pronounce your name, so I thought maybe you're from Russia. Well, good. Welcome to class. Okay. And let's see, who else do we have? Hello, Roman.
Hello.
Hi.
This
how
is
are you?
I'm fine, and you? This is my second time on this website.
Good.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Roman. Good. Welcome, Roman. Welcome. And let's see, Reem teacher.
Yes. Hi. How are you?
Hi. Doing very well. Welcome back to class. Welcome. Okay, good. Hey, Remy, can you do me one favor though? Can you look into why there's such a loud sound coming from you? I just would check your microphone and your other settings because really, well, I mean, when you mute yourself, obviously we can't hear it, but let's see. So, yeah, you know, it's still a little loud.
Okay.
You know, it's like a loud, you know, that goes in there. But anyway, folks, let's get class started. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to go around the class. Just a real simple question, okay? Just tell me where you're from, okay? Or pardon me, your name, where you're from, and what's your favorite flower, okay? Go ahead, Ahla. Pardon me, Ahla. Go ahead.
Oh, you remember my name. Okay, my name is Ahla. I'm from Saudi Arabia, and I love jasmine.
Okay. Go ahead, Elvis.
Hello everyone, my name is Alvis. I'm from Venezuela, and I don't know. I don't have a favorite flower.
Are you kidding me? You can't be a real man if you don't have a favorite flower. You didn't know that? What's going on with you, Albus? Okay, Albus, your favorite flower is the French penny. You'll love it. It's a great flower. Okay. All right. Now we have something in common. Diego, go ahead, Diego.
Hi, my name is Diego. I'm from Spain. I don't have. I guess I don't have also a favorite flower, but I'm going to. I'm going to say the easy one. The favorite one is roses.
Okay, good, good, good. Whew, boy. Okay, Ira. Is it Ira? Go ahead,
Yes,
Ira.
yes. My name is Ira. I'm from Ukraine, from Donetsk region. As you can see, my favorite flowers is roses.
Okay, my favorite flower are roses. Okay, good. Mahmoud.
Okay, my name is Mahmoud. I am from Egypt. I don't have a favorite flower.
Ay, 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 you guys without favorite flowers, what's going on? Marina, go ahead, Marina.
My name is Marina. I'm from Russia, the Far East, and one of my favorite flower would be just a second, chamomile.
Is what?
Chamomile.
Oh, chamomile. Chamomile. Okay. Yep.
Chamomile.
Okay. Good. Yep. And mentor, go ahead, mentor.
I'm Mentor. I'm from Kosovo. My favorite flowers are blossom branch. Blossom branch.
Blossom branch.
Blossom
Okay.
branch.
Okay. And Mohammed, hello, Mohammed. Welcome. Hi, Mohammed.
How are you?
Okay. Doing very well. Go ahead, Mohammed. Introduce yourself, where you're from, your name, and also your favorite flower. Hello, Mohammed. Okay. And by the way, folks, keep in mind this is an advanced class, so at the very least, I would expect that you know how to work your computer. Okay. All right. Roman, go ahead, Roman.
Yes, I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Roman. I'm from Kazakhstan and Almaty city, and my favorite flower is red tulip.
Red tulip. Okay, good, good. So you got a particular tulip. All right. You should probably take a trip to Holland sometime. Check out all the tulips there. Okay. All right, so good, so good. So for those of you, we'll just give a quick overview, all right? So business presentations, all right? So this is an overview of where you have the introduction, preparation, equipment, delivery, the language, okay, what you're going to speak, and also the presentation, and then review, and we'll have a test on this. Right now, where we're at is we've gone through the first part here where we talk about preparation. Preparation is the most important thing for giving a presentation, okay? We talked about the objective, the audience, the venue, and now what we're on is we're on the content, okay? Now, what I'd like everybody to do, and by the way, I'm going to mute everybody real quick here just because there's a little bit of white noise coming from somebody, and I don't know who it is, so please pardon me for just muting everybody. Okay. Oh, okay. Hey, actually, Albus, I think there might be a little bit of white noise coming from you. It's okay. You can stay in class, but just check out that link that I provided earlier. Here, I'll give it again, just in case you might have some issues, but no problem. Okay. All right. So what I want everybody to be doing right now is to think of a presentation, something that you would like to give a talk about, okay? And remember, a presentation is, it can be where you're either talking about maybe something in sales, maybe you're trying to introduce a new product to people, maybe you're trying to tell them a new sales method. It could be a talk on maybe a new cancer-fighting drug that you've invented. You could also be like Marina. Marina is a veterinarian. What she could be doing is talking about the breeding techniques for dogs, or maybe whatever the case, okay? Just depends on your background and what you like to do, or what you like to speak about. But be thinking about something that you would like to talk about, okay? So right now, let's talk about the content. Go ahead, Ahla. Can you read this for me, please? And you might be muted right now.
Yes, content. What should I say? Now you must decide exactly what you want to say. First, you should brainstorm your ideas. You will no doubt discover many ideas that you want to include in your presentation. But you must be selective. You should include only information that's relevant to your audience and your object. You should exclude all other ideas. You also need to create a title for your presentation if you have not already been given a title. The title will help you to focus on the subject, and you will prepare your visual aids if you have decided to use them. But remember, in general, less is better than more. A little is better than a lot. You can always give additional information during the question after the presentation.
Okay, so good. So let's look at a few things in here, okay? So, what should I say? That's what I just asked you folks, what you'd want to talk about. Brainstorm, that's just to continue to think about your ideas, figure out what you want to say. Okay, it talks about being selective, all right? So make sure that you don't choose something that's too broad and then you just continue to include a bunch of information that is just general. You want to have selective information to make sure that you're really making your point and that it's relevant to your audience and to your objective. So your audience is who you're speaking to. So in Marina's case, she would be speaking to a group of veterinarians or maybe a group of breeders. Okay, and she has her objective. That's what you want to accomplish with that, okay? Title's pretty simple. Also, too, make sure you prepare your visual aids. Understand while you're producing your content what sort of visual aids you would like, whether it's maybe a short film clip, PowerPoint presentation, whatever the case. When it talks about this, less is better than more. Can somebody tell me what that means? It's okay.
That means, yes, may I?
Go ahead, yep.
Less is better than more, so that means you don't need to include so many sentences there, but just short one, and to be very concise one.
And concise, yep, very much so, yep. So good, definitely what they're looking for. Just don't have too much information that's just bloating your presentation, okay? And then also too, it's up to you. You might have questions after the presentation or you might not. One thing about preparing for your presentation, if you are going to have questions afterwards, what I would do is I would think of what those questions are going to be. Try to be prepared for those questions, okay? So, all right, I already told you all to be thinking about what you would want to talk about. So let's go around the room now, okay? All right, Albus, if you had to give a presentation, what would that presentation be on, okay? And everybody be thinking about this, okay? Go ahead.
I think about promote health.
Say that again.
Promote health.
I am so sorry. I promise you I'm trying to hear you. What's that?
Health. Promote health.
Oh, heart? You're going to remove a heart?
No, health.
Can you just write that? Can you just type that for me real quick?
Hair is this.
Hair. Oh, you want to talk about hair? Hair removal? Okay. Oh, promote health. Okay, all right. So, yeah, okay. So, all right, so now what you're doing is you're talking about something that's very general, okay? So now what you want to do is you want to narrow that down to something a little further. So when it talks about promoting health, you can promote health by what? A diet, a proper diet, proper exercise, okay?
Exactly.
Okay, so, and then also too, another one can be just your surroundings, making sure that you're not drinking or smoking or different things like that. And I'm not telling you don't drink or smoke at all, but just make sure that you, you know, you watch how much you do of either if you do participate in that. Okay, so okay, Alice, good. So what would you like to talk about as far as promoting your health? Be more precise, okay?
Excuse me?
Okay. So when it comes to promoting health, what would you like to talk about? Would you like to talk about exercise, diet?
Do exercise. I think it's the better option.
Okay, all right. And now, is there a particular type of exercise that you want to talk about? Or do you want to talk about maybe having a gym membership?
No, you can running. You can go to the gym and work out. There's a lot of sports you can do for increase your health.
Okay, so maybe what you'd want to talk about, so you said first promote your health. Now you're getting it down a little bit further to where it's running, or pardon me, exercise. You're getting it down further to where it's running. So that's a more specific topic. So maybe then what you could do is talk about the various places that you can run and how you would how that would help you out, right? Okay, so maybe at home you have your own treadmill. You could also go to a gym, all right, that might have running machines, or a gym that's big enough to have an indoor track. And you can also go to maybe a stadium, right? So you see what I'm saying, right? You want to put those different things out. What sort of visual aid would you have for running? What would you use as a visual aid?
Just people doing that exercise.
Okay, well maybe you could bring like a short video or something you could put up on the screen, right? Okay. So good. And just be ready for questions after the presentation. You want to make sure somebody might be asking you about your running shoes that you'd wear, different attire and so forth. Okay? So good. All right? And folks, be prepared. I'm going to go to each of you. We're going to go through the same thing. And again, this is an advanced class. So make sure you're ready for it, okay? Diego. Hi, Diego.
Hi again.
Hi.
Well,
so Diego, what would you like to talk about?
I think I would like to talk about solar cells.
Oh, good. Oh, very good. Okay. And by the way, do you have a background in solar cells?
Yeah, actually I have a PhD in solar cells, so I'm kind of into that.
You've got to be kidding me. So by the way, I haven't been a teacher all my life. And in my past life, I used to work on manufacturing processes. I started out with computer chips. Okay, so you already know. Yeah, you already know the photovoltaic process is the same type of process. So then I got into working with Q cells. I worked with Sun Power. I worked with a few of the companies. Do you know Cylindra? Do you remember Cylindra?
No, I haven't heard about it.
Oh, they're the ones that do the solar. They did tubes. They were in the United States, you know, and they did this special. Anyway, I don't want to go off on a tangent. I'm just excited because, you know, I worked in the manufacturing process on that stuff for about 2 years. But anyway, let's go on. Let's talk about yours. So, okay, so solar cells. What do you want to talk about solar cells?
Well, now maybe I'm going to tell you a little bit about my background, because I started when I finished my career. I studied physics. I went to I was working at Lucent Microelectronics here in Spain, and then I moved to the solar cell field, in which I study how to make them more efficient by using not silicon but 3-5 semiconductor. This is my present job. So as it is for me more or less usual to to talk about that in English. I want to improve this skills.
Okay.
So
Okay.
my
So good. I'm sorry. Go on. Go on. I keep
my
interrupting.
presentation would be about what is a solar cell, how a solar cell works, and how to improve the efficiency of this device.
Okay, so let's talk about that, all right? So you can probably, let's talk about your audience. Let's say that your audience are people from, let's say you have a lot of people from China, right? China's basically overtaken the market now on solar cell production, right? You know, they killed Q cells, which was amazing. I don't know how they did that. But anyway, let's get to the point. So out of those three, your area of expertise is in the efficiency, okay? So what I'm saying is you don't have to be so general. You can go straight down to the efficiency, how to make them more efficient. What are 3 ways to make those more efficient?
Well, I think the key to make solar cells, as many other devices, more efficient is try to decrease the losses. So I will be talking about what strategies or technologies can be used to decrease what a solar cell loses about the energy.
Yeah, and you're saying the loss. So you want to make sure that it's absorbing more. It's okay, not a problem. Not a problem. Okay, so good. All right, so what you could maybe just do it is efficiency, okay, and maybe your title would be solar cell efficiency, how to improve based upon stopping the losses. You'd want to refine that, okay? So then in your presentation, so that's your objective, okay? And now you're being more selective with that. You started out with solar cells, you got to efficiency, and now with efficiency, you're increasing efficiency by preventing losses, right? Making sure that there's more absorbed, and also to, well, yeah, just stick with the cell. Don't talk about the rest of the process, okay? All right, so good. So what sort of visual aid would you give for that presentation?
I think primarily PowerPoint presentation, I think.
Okay. Okay, so PowerPoint presentation would probably be one of those. Okay, so would you bring in a cell? No, I'm just kidding. I don't think you bring in a cell.
I can do it.
Okay, okay, so good. All right, and let's see what else. And by the way, this is Cylinder in case you ever want to check on it.
I see. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, but they actually went out of business though. So it wasn't my fault though. Yeah, but anyway, I worked on their AGV system. But anyway, let's continue with this. So okay, so maybe you would have a cell, right? And maybe you'd also have, instead of just you'd have the cell, but maybe you'd also have a model of that cell that's larger, so that you could show the different layers that go into the process of making that cell, right?
Yeah. Well, the main idea here is to try to use other materials instead of silicon because they are more effective by itself in order to getting the photons from the sun and converting them into electricity. But the problem is that they are more expensive than silicon. So we are just now into trying to put efficient materials to grow them over silicon that is a cheap one. So this is the way to increase efficiency and reduce cost.
Okay. Are you dealing with black silicon at all?
Well, yes. This is black silicon. This is called crystalline silicon, and we are just now growing 3,5 semiconductor gallium phosphide, indium gallium phosphide over silicon. This is something technological. It's really complicated from point of view of technology.
Yep. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, good. So again, you said you would bring in a solar cell, right? So maybe bring in one of these and bring a bigger version in. Okay. So good.
Diego,
good.
I'm going to steal your ideas now. Don't show your ideas in public.
Don't worry.
So good. And sorry to get so excited, folks. It's just something that that is very interesting. Okay, so good. What questions do you think people would ask you after the presentation? What ones would you prepare for?
Well, it depends. If they are, if the question came from competitors, they will try to get as a, I don't know which one was. Roman said, I'm sure they will try to get us the key of the technological process. How do we make certain things? This is
Okay.
it's actually happening sometimes.
Oh no, it's definitely happening. You know, it's happening with. I mean, what do you think? A lot of the. Anyway, I don't want to start blaming particular countries and people, but okay. Well, good. So you got it, Diego. Okay. Well, good. Fantastic. Hello, Mahmoud.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. So what would you give? What would be your presentation? What would you want to give your presentation?
About computers and programming.
Okay. So is there a particular programming language that you would like to talk about?
C#.
Do you want to talk about, you want to talk about C#? Okay.
C#.
Okay. And is there a particular thing that you would like to talk about C#? Would you like to talk about, you know, maybe multiple inheritance of various structs? I mean, what do you want to talk about when it comes to programming in C#? You want to talk about best practices?
I would talk about the basics in this language. Like you must put a comma after every statement, something like this.
Yeah, but is that going to be so? So are you going to do like an introduction to C# then? Is that what you're going to do?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Just because you're keeping it a little basic, okay? So you want to do just like a general overview, right, of C#? Okay.
Yes.
So all right. So when you do that, do you want to just use like a general overview of how to use Visual Studio, or what do you want to do?
How to use Visual Studio, and how do you can make a simple program
Okay.
like a calculator, simple calculator,
Okay.
something like this.
Okay, so your objective then would be how to use C# to create a simple program. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. What would be your 3 steps that you would do? What would be the 3, if you had to break it down into 3 different steps? What would you do?
I would steps.
It's okay. Let me. Go ahead.
Tell the student or the man or the woman who listen to me the buttons in Visual Studio and every job for it, and I would talk about how to bring a database to the program, and talking about make a variable number to make the calculator, and
Okay.
something
So
like that.
let's if you don't mind, let me just help you out a little bit. So if you want to have 3 main parts there, don't worry so much about the details, right? Okay. So maybe your first thing would be how to load Visual Studio, right?
Yes.
Okay, because these are beginning people. And then maybe once you get done with that, just the basic includes, right? The different namespaces to include. Okay. Along with that, how to write a object, how to write a function, okay, and how to compile it and debug it. Does that sound right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, so then after that, what visual aid would you use during the presentation?
I would make I would uh, a, a, a video about life in Google to make the people see how the programmers live and what they do and something like this.
No, it's okay. But again, all right, again, the main thing I'm trying to do with everybody is I'm trying to have you go from something that's general, okay, to something that's more specific, all right? Remember, less is better than more. All right, you're going to give somebody an idea of what life is like being a programmer when they see what Visual Studio is and things like that and how they create this, okay? So here's a projector. So what you do is you have a projector. You'd have a computer hooked up to it that shoots up to the screen, okay? What would be some questions? What would be a few questions that you think somebody would ask you after the presentation?
He would ask me about the history of the computer and talking
Say
about
that again.
programming is too hard in English.
It's okay. It's okay, but you get the idea though. Okay, so that's how you do your content. Okay, so good. We got through that. Marina, hello, Marina. And folks, by the way, I know it's not the funnest thing to sit back and watch, us go through these, but just think of these steps as we go through this. Go ahead, Marina. What would you do your talk on? What would be your thing?
Okay, I would probably choose fighting breedings of dogs.
Say that again.
Dogs of fighting breeds.
Okay, the fighting breeds of dogs. So like maybe like pit bulls, or is there another type of dog?
Yeah, pit bulls or boxer or stuff. So, and I would probably pick a few of them. Yes, a few of them, maybe 3 or 4, and I would classify them. I would classify them to talk about their specific features, each of them, about their behavior, and I would probably describe their physical appearance.
Okay, so let me ask you something. Do you think that you're being specific enough, or do you think you're being too general? Meaning, when you talk about these dogs, do you want to just talk about the breed itself, or do you want to talk about how to take care of them? Do you want to talk about maybe how to breed the dogs?
Yes.
Is there something? Yeah. So you want to talk about how to breed them? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what would be like the? Oh, I'm sorry, Marina. It's okay. So what would be the 3 main steps in breeding these types of dogs?
The first step would be classification among them, among 3, for example, among 3 breeds. The next point would be breeding, training, and feeding.
Okay.
And the third one will be about diseases, their diseases. Which of them is prone?
Okay, and just make sure though, I don't know enough about all this, but make sure though that you're being specific enough, okay? All right, just keep in mind less is better than more, all right? But good. What sort of visual aid would you have? Would you bring a dog with you?
No, I wish I wrote, but I think pictures and video aids. Can I say video aids?
Visual aid? Yep.
Yes, visual aids are enough.
Okay, good. What questions do you expect from somebody? What questions do you think somebody would ask you at the end of the presentation?
I think I'm expected some questions about breeds. Maybe
Okay.
something specific about each of them. Maybe about something about behavior or how to cure, to heal
Mm-hmm.
them from any diseases, something like
Okay.
this.
Okay, good. Okay, and then mentor. What would your talk
Yes.
be about? Mm-hmm.
As I said to you before, that I'm giving lectures, twice at the university. So, my specialization is in international law, and I'm doing a PhD there. But one of the lectures which I'm going to give, there are many organizations now in the world, but one of them I will choose about the NATO.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
yeah, and I'll be very concise, as I said before. I'm going to talk about the history of the NATO and short membership, who they are, what are the weakest and strongest point of the NATO's, what is the goal, and what will be the future. That was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something, just playing the devil's advocate. Could you just do a presentation on the strengths and weaknesses of NATO?
Yes, I do that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes, but I do not. What are the? I'm not going so deep, in that, because I'm going to lose then the topic of the NATO, But
Okay.
Shortly and very concise, what are the strongest and weakest point for that?
Okay.
And
Who's your audience? Who's your audience?
Students.
Students. Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, if you started to go into that level of detail, right? They call it looking at the forest, or pardon me, what is it? Yeah, looking at the forest or looking at the trees, right? So you're just going to be looking at the forest, just a general overview. Okay, so good, so good. And what would the title be of your presentation?
The title of the presentation will be NATO Past and the Future.
Mm-hmm. NATO Past and Future, okay. All right. And what sort of visual aids would you use for that? Would you use handouts? Well, just go on. What sort of visual aids would you use?
Oh, I'll use, some part of conferences where the NATO made, the decision of the NATO. I'll use, some countries where the NATO had been involved, and I use some countries visualizing photos where NATO where is going to be involved in the future. Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Good. All right. So yeah. So here's some.
Yeah. And that to help, the students to be fixed, in their minds about this kind of topic, and to be very difficult then to forget if I will visualize a topic.
Okay. Yep. Good. So, all right. And what do you think about NATO's involvement in Kosovo? You think it was good? I mean, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I'm from Kosovo. That's.
Oh yeah, no, I know. So that's why I was asking you. Yep.
And, of course. When we think that without NATO now we wouldn't be here where we are now, because we are, excluded from our country, 1 million people. So only the NATO forces saved us and bringing us back to our homeland.
Well, good. That's a happy story of intervention that worked out, right? Yeah. As opposed to some of the other ones that we're going through right now. So, okay. And what sort of questions do you think that people would ask you at the end?
Yeah, they will ask me what about the future of the NATO is going to go forward, is going to increase, its membership to which country it will be it will be the future membership, but also the question will be what will happen with the future involvement in NATO in Iran, or in what will be with the relation with the China and the Russia also.
Yeah. Do you think NATO, though, and I'm sorry, folks, I know I'm spending a little bit more time on this, but do you think NATO is going to get weaker, just due to the European countries becoming weaker?
I don't think that NATO is going to be weaker, I think that NATO, for the moment, doesn't have any competitors to challenge NATO, so it's going to go in the future, because the Western countries, only one organization which is joined together is NATO. There is no organization which is formally the Western countries are together. Only NATO is only one.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think that USA can't resolve the problems alone without European countries as well. European countries can go forward without USA. So.
Got it. By the way, you might want to read this book, just to take a look at it. It's an excellent book, The Next 100 Years. I'm not saying that it's gospel, okay? Well, no, some people are like, oh my gosh. I mean, I take different pieces of information and
where is that
myself.
Link? Can you hear the link?
I just put it in there. It's called The Next 100 Years, and what it does is it looks at the next 100 years based upon geopolitical. Okay, so for those of you that don't know geopolitical, it's geography and how that ties into everything. So it looks at countries like Turkey that they say is going to be very dominant coming up. They also talk about Russia and where Russia is going to be playing its part, whether it's going to become more dominant again, especially because of all the control and just where it's located. And it also talks about Mexico, for instance, that might be a big power. Anyway, I don't want to go on and on because I need to continue, but that's a good book. That's actually a good book. Oh my gosh, Marina even left. She got so tired of hearing about it. But yeah, The Next 100 Years is fairly good. Okay, so good. So we covered all that then, Mentor. Yep, good.
Thank you.
So Mohammed, go ahead, Mohammed. What would you want to give your talk about? Hello, Mohammed. Yeah, and by the way, folks, this is an advanced class, okay? All right? It's about, speaking presentation skills, so this isn't party time like we have in some of our other classes. A lot of classes are fun, fast, crazy, things like that, but this is a little bit slower, okay? A little bit harder to think of. Mohammed, where did you go? Oh, Mohammed, it's like I'm begging my girlfriend. Oh, and you're just like my girlfriend. She left. Okay, so anyway, all right. Good riddance to her. No, I'm just kidding. So do you guys have any questions about this process here, about the when it comes to creating the content, brainstorming, thinking about different things like that? Any questions?
I have a question, Bret.
Mm-hmm.
Will this process, because as far as you tell me this is the third class in a row of how doing presentation. Will they end doing the actual presentation? Or not?
Yeah. So what happens in an ideal world? I would have everybody do homework and everything else, but I found that just unfortunately people just don't follow long enough, right? So as far as giving an actual presentation, if you want to create one, I'll be more than happy to go ahead and work with you as you go through it, in the classroom. We can also put together like a Google Doc to work on that as well, So I don't know if you're familiar with Google Docs.
Yeah, I am.
Yep. So, we could just simply go in, create a new Google Doc in here, right? Okay, and then just boom, just share that and kind of move along and then change the preferences so it's only you and I sharing it. But we'd want to do that along the classroom time when we do that.
Okay.
But for,
No, that's perfect, because I didn't know if the end of the series was really doing the actual presentation of not. I'm okay with that. I was only wondering it.
Yep. So I could have just said no.
Okay.
that would have cut to the point, cut to the chase. But yeah, I would really, gosh, I would love to get into to doing things like that. But just people will drop in and out. So, but yeah, nothing with that. Anybody else? Any questions about creating the content, the brainstorming part? Does anybody have any ideas or any suggestions based upon presentations that they've done before? I mean, I realize that you, Diego, and you, Mentor, you guys must have done plenty of presentations, right? Is there anything that you can talk about when you're brainstorming, creating this content, ways that you structure your content?
Well, I should say I have done some presentations in English about creating the content. The truth is that you always try to put much more what you need for these actual presentations, because you have these materials, and sometimes I think this rule that we learned today, less is better than more, is just the rule you have to follow. It is the number one, the key rule here, because you always try to put a lot of things. Your time always is limited, and I remember myself trying to run through, I don't know, 10 slides, having 2 minutes, and this is the worst thing you can do in a presentation, because you ruin all your thing.
Yep. And sometimes you don't. Have you seen this?
Oh.
Have you ever seen this graph? So when it comes to your material and everything. So this is one of my favorite things when it comes to information and stuff for presentations. So you can see this is confusion. Okay, as confusion grows, as information grows, right? So we used to have it to where we're all confused because we don't have enough information. Then we came down, TV's invented. Okay, we got more information. Here we are. We're in our sweet spot, right? And then here goes the internet. Anyway, that's one of my favorite little pictures when it comes to that, especially because it makes a smiley face. So
yeah, I do agree with that, and I have other thing that is important, I think, here is that when we prepare the presentation, we also tend not only to have much more slides that you should have, but to make them very dense, very complicated. So sometimes the rule here should be not only to use less slides, but use simpler ones. So in order to tell the people what you want to tell and not disturb them trying to read things or just see 2 or 3 graphics in a slide.
Yep. So yeah, like backup slides. That's what we used to call them in English. We would give a presentation. We'd always have backup slides, especially if we did a lot of sales too, right? So we worked on sales, and we'd always have backup slides that you could pull up. So Mentor, how about you? Do you have backup slides and backup material in your presentation? And yeah, Marina, so backup slides, what I mean by that is you might have a presentation that's 5 slides long, but you might have an extra 3 or 4 sitting around, especially if somebody starts asking questions later on and you need a visual aid to answer that. And that's where you have to be really good at predicting what's going to happen. Okay? And Mentor, any last thoughts on this before we end class?
Sorry, because I wasn't here since 2 or 3 minutes, and I don't know what we are talking.
It's okay. So what Diego, and I'm just summarizing what Diego was talking about.
What was the question?
No, well, here, let me give you a little bit of background. Diego, he was talking about how you want to have, like some backup material. You don't want to have too much, but you want to make sure that you have some extra material, and also you want to make sure that your content is very dense in nature, meaning that you don't. If you have a slide that originally starts out with like 10 bullet points, maybe you reduce it to 5 to 6, things like that. You start out with that just so the people don't get too confused. But hey, you know what? I'm going to be in the next class, so actually I'm going to cut this one just a little bit short because otherwise people freak out when they don't see the teacher. Like, where is this guy? But anyway, so
Okay,
so
I'm gonna
good.
follow you there. I'm
Okay,
gonna follow you
good.
there.
Good. Sounds good. Albus, nice to see you again. Diego, el gusto es mío. Okay, very nice to meet you. Okay.
Muchas gracias.
Mucho gusto. Mohammed, nice to see you again. Marina, always a pleasure. Okay.